They faced conflict and displacement, but the women and girls in the Tigray region of northern Ethiopia have also been subjected to rape, other sexual violence and slavery. Amnesty International interviewed more than 60 victims, and in a report says soldiers from the Ethiopian and Eritrean armies, Amhara special forces and militias are the main perpetrators. We met Burtukan at a refugee camp in neighboring Sudan in May, one of more than 60,000 Tigrayans who fled the fighting in northern Ethiopia. She says she was raped at the start of the conflict in November.
4 military soldiers from the Amhara got me and took me to a house. There, 2 of them raped me for days. They refused to give me food or water. They beat me when I tried to run away, to the point I still suffer from back pains. I begged them to stop and asked them why they were doing this to me. They said that it's because I'm from Tigray.
Burtukan told us she's still haunted by her ordeal. Amnesty's report says the acts of sexual violence constitute war crimes and may amount to crimes against humanity and were intended to terrorize and humiliate the victims and their ethnic group. Some survivors have had to have surgery after being raped. Some have since tested positive for HIV. Others reported physical trauma, including bleeding, back pain, and immobility.
We are now 9 months into the Tigray conflict, and really statements to condemn the atrocities no longer suffice. And the UN Secretary General must send to Tigray as soon as possible is a team of experts on sexual violence in conflict and its special representative on the same issue.
The conflict in Tigray has displaced nearly 2 million people and left more than 5 million in need of aid. According to the United Nations, rape has been used as a weapon of war, with more than 500 cases of rape and sexual violence recorded between November and May. Several reports have been released on sexual violence in the Tigray conflict, some of which also accuse the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, or TPLF, of atrocities. Aid groups working with victims in the refugee camps in Sudan say the known cases are just the tip of the iceberg.
Underreporting is everywhere. And there is many factors affecting this, like feeling of shame of reporting, fear of retaliation. Maybe the survivor don't know what the service of there is service for GBV survivors in the camp, and all these factors is contributing to underreporting.
Ethiopia's government has previously described the allegations as propaganda, but in May it convicted 3 Ethiopian soldiers and indicted 25 others for rape and other forms of sexual violence. For many survivors, justice is far from being served. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera.